Good evening, cats and kittens, pups and pooches. It's Susie Q96 with another unscheduled little live stream. I've been working at trying to get some of my coins sorted out and searched so they can go back to the bank because I gotta I gotta have money. I can't get any more coins till I get rid of the coins I have. So we are going to do something similar to what happened last night with 3 rolls or maybe more of change from the local Wells Fargo. Uh, I'm not going to be on screen because, frankly, I don't feel good and you don't really want to see me when I look this bad. So you could just look at my pretty little logo until I put the microscopic device on the screen. And I'm going to run most of the coins under it tonight, unlike last time where I just left you sitting there looking at the blank grid, which was not really cool. So I'm going to start out with some pennies after I find some glasses that I can see out of. I have misplaced my loop, so that's not fun. Oh my goodness, 5 people are here already, and not a soul has said hello. But that's okay. We're going to flip over right now to our USB microscope and see if we can get it to work. It doesn't seem to be showing up for some reason. The light came on, but it's not working for me. Yeah, let me see. Ha ha ha! You're funny, Ed Booth. I love you. Uh, well, I'm in my jammies, folks, and I'm just going to sort through some more coins. I have to go into town tomorrow, so I thought it would be good if I could take them back so we can work on getting some more coins. Hiya, George, 9516. Hello, hello. I'm glad some of you guys are detectorists, so I'm glad you're in here because I have changed the hours of my Wednesday night detecting show. Instead of starting it at 8, I'm going to be starting it at 9. I noticed the last several shows seemed like quite a few people popped in right around 9 or a little bit, around that time. And so I'm going to give that a try. I know I'm still doing battle against Park Rat Pat, and it's unintentional. It just happens to be the only time that I can do it. So we're just going to give it a go and see what happens. I don't want to cancel my show. And so right now I'm just sorting through some stuff here to see what I can take back to the bank. And since I need all kinds of hours and that sort of thing, I thought I'd share the adventure with y'all. This is a nasty looking thing. My goodness. I've pulled better looking coins than that out of the dirt. Don't even know what was on that thing. I better put some gloves on here. I might be touching some serious cooties. Oh my goodness. Thinking about, I can't see. I have my bad glasses on. Oh, black beard, 1 ounce silver round. I haven't seen that one, Mikey. So I can't comment on it, but if you do get it, please send us over a photo. We'd like to see what that looks like. This is just, I'm having a hard time sleeping with these busted up ribs, and they don't want me laying down all the time. They want me to get up. and sit up and do that kind of thing. So there's a 64D. We'll set him aside. I'm trying to set aside the coppers and anything older than 1970. You should be getting a package from me sometime here pretty quick. And that goes for a couple other people that are in here too. Packages are in the mail. The only ones that are not in the mail are the ones from last night. So I will get those ready in the morning, and when I go to town, I will be dropping them at the post office. So this is not a great roll. This was a customer roll. Yeah, Ed Booth, there's something in there I think you'll be happy with in a package coming your way. It's a copper one anyway. Anyway, this was a customer roll of pennies, so it may well have already been picked through. But I got some change. My sister is a vendor at the farmer's market. I am a vendor at the farmer's market when I manage to be healthy enough to get there. My niece is also a vendor at the farmer's market. My niece's daughter is a vendor at the farmer's market. And a good friend of my sister's is also a vendor at the farmer's market. So we have this whole row there that's basically our family. And I love my niece and my grandniece and all of them, but they are very lax about going to get change prior to the market. So that usually leaves it up to my sister or myself to remember to get some change. So when I was depositing some quarters back in, yeah, you better get that in here, George. Need those state quarters for that contest. You still got a little bit of time. The deadline's not till the 18th. So anyway, when I went to the bank to put the quarters in, I tried to get 10 rolls of pennies and 5 rolls of nickels and a couple rolls of dimes. And the girl said, well, I'm sorry, but due to the coin shortage, I can only let you have 1 roll of each thing. And so I said, well, that's not going to help us a whole lot over at the farmer's market. Now, the farmer's market just happens to be right across the street from the bank. And when I said that, she said, oh, are you a vendor at the market? And I said, yes, I am. And she said, well, then you can have 5 rolls of each. So that's what I got. I got 5 rolls of pennies, 5 rolls of nickels, and 5 rolls of dimes. I didn't get quarters because I still have massive piles of quarters from all of the car wash things. Mikey, that is how I got started collecting coins. When I was in high school, I was a cashier in a grocery store. And our manager was very nice. He would let me buy all of the coins that I wanted out of the drawer. At the end of the night, I would just put them off to the side. And when I was cashing out my till, I could buy anything that was in there that I had set aside. And so that is actually how I got started. Most of my collection got stolen, unfortunately, back in the 70s when I was in college. But I did somehow manage to not lose 2 penny books. They somehow got filed at my mom's and moved with my parents when they moved from the house I grew up in. So I do still have my penny books from back in those days. Sorry, I had to get up and go get a container to put these pennies in. I have a mason jar. I'm so old school. My mason jar is my bank. I'll be rolling all this stuff back up in the morning, dropping some of it at the bank and some of it in the farmer's market change, because we do use change. We don't use a lot of pennies, though. I just got those because I wanted them. Hi, Zurich Coins. How are you? Okay. Well, now I'm going to shift over to a roll of nickels from the same bank. These also look like they're customer rolled, and this is the last of the rolls of nickels. I did some on my Monday night show, and I did some last night. So this is the last of the 5 rolls of nickels. I'm mostly using the scope because I can't see very well. And my lighting, I'm in the cabin. My lighting is not the best. There's a 66. I usually set aside anything newer than 70 and put them in a separate. 2005. Which one is it? Oh, goody. I happen to know I need that in my book. That is what I need. So let's see if my book is still down here from last night. Jefferson Nichols. Jefferson Nichols. And Roosevelt Times. Where's the rest of my Jefferson Nichols? What the heck? Okay, let me try this again. Oh, there, that's the one I want. Starting 1996. Let's see here if this bison has a mint mark on him. That's a P. It's a P. It's a P. Alrighty. I happened to notice last night I didn't have either one of the bisons in here, because I don't really pay much attention to my nickel book. But since I had been getting nickels, I got the books down last night, and how about that? I could use one. So we're just, like I said, I'm just, they kind of snatched a bunch of hours from me of view time and a bunch of subscribers as well. And I wasn't very happy about that. So now I'm trying to make it up. I'm back down. I'm down 50 or so subscribers from where I was right before I moved. And at the current rate, I will have been buried about 20 years if by the time I ever get enough to actually monetize. So we don't really worry about monetization here, because we got another Lewis and Clark. It should be a 2004 P. Let's see if I need that. If I don't, I'm still keeping it, because I find people that need those once in a while. I don't happen to need that one, but we'll put it aside. That's a keeper. Oh, 1980. I might as well be checking my book while I'm doing this. Now, my books are real interesting because they are a combination of coins that belong to my friend Tommy and coins that I metal detected, and then I'm filling in the blanks with what's left over. All right. Thank you, Ed Booth. Yeah, I do not doubt that, Ed. That's how mine disappeared as well, was I had gone up to South Carolina to go to college at the University of South Carolina for a little while. I was doing a work study program. And when I was moved back, it's the only time I ever used a professional moving company to ship my things. And that's when about 2/3 of my recollection disappeared and my coin collection. I was not a happy camper. And what they compensated me and the actual worth were two very different. Got 63 here. And let's see what she looks like on the back. Not the best looking coin in the world, but I do set aside the 60s stuff just because I'm a 60s girl. Actually, I was born in the 50s. Here's another 64. I'd like to get something just a tad older, please. Yeah, I had something interesting happen. Ed, I think a couple of you guys were in the stream last night when I made the comment that if anybody had any empty books and empty coin books that they weren't going to use, if they would send them over to me, we'd try to fill them up and give them away. Well, my sister and I had to go into town today because all of my cold weather stuff is in the back of my storage and we really can't get to it. So I asked her, she had to go into town for something else. And I asked her if I could go along and we could go to a thrift store so I could see if I could find a couple of sweaters until I could get to my real clothes. So we went in a Goodwill and I found not one, not two, not three, but 4 empty state quarters books. 4 of them. Now this one really nice one I'm going to keep for me. It's a Littleton book and it's, you know, archival quality. I'm keeping it because I'm keeping it. But the other 3 we're going to fill up after we finish the contest we've got going now. We're going to fill up some more books since I found them. Yeah, I want any older coin folders because we're going to fill them up and give them away. I don't care if it's pennies or whatever. We're going to at least try to get them as full as we can and then give them away, you know, get somebody started. You know, it's good to get, you know, people can get their grandkids started or get some seniors started, but I just can't afford to buy all the books. So if you've got empty books laying around for any denomination, send them over and we'll figure out a way to get them filled up and give them away to some folks. And I think that'd be great. I could not believe I found 4 empty ones today at the Goodwill. Yep, I did ask for it. And believe me, I will do my best to get them into the hands of some people who are collectors that are just getting started. Like I have a nephew. He's actually my great nephew. He just started collecting coins last year. And I asked him, oh, there's a 64. I asked him where his coins were. He said, oh, they're just all lined up on my desk. He's got them all in nice, neat little rows, but he doesn't have anything to put his in. He's 17 years old, you know, so, you know, there's a lot of books I don't have. So I can say, okay, I'm 67, he's 17. We both don't have books. That means there's a whole bunch of other folks out there who have probably just started in the last year or so, who also don't have books, or some people that would like to start collecting, but they don't really have the money, especially seniors, Social Security people. That's what got me into it with the car wash quarter thing, was trying to get my senior citizen neighbors to do something besides stare at the TV. And I tried to get them to metal detect, and I got one out there. I had a little better luck with the coin collection because they didn't have to really move around much to do that. My favorite is the old lady that I got started. She and her grandson are not doing car wash quarters. They're doing grandpa's poker winning quarters. Every week they go through his poker winnings. He puts them in a separate container for them so they're not searching the same things twice. But, people like that, I love getting them started, giving them, giving away a book with some coins already in. We can, like I said, I am the hostess of the Low Dough Coin Collecting Show. That means I got people that watch my channel that they just don't have a lot to work with. And I try to encourage them, to go through their pocket change, go through the car wash change. Whoops, I got some quarters left over from the laundromat. Let's look in those. I mean, these are not going to be the people that are stacking silver. These are just people that need a hobby, something to do. And especially now with the COVID thing, some of the high risk folks, we don't get out much. I get out more than I probably should, but I'm pretty cautious when I do it. I'm mask and gloves, and don't even bring the clothes into the room that I stay in. I change in another room and leave my laundry out there. And some people might think that's paranoid, but I'm high risk, so I got to do these kind of things. All right, I think the best thing we found was a 2004, a 2005, and a couple of 60s coins out of that. So let's put these away. I'm going to go back through them and make sure if they go in my book or not. But I've got to restock the change box for the market. And at least they gave me more than one roll, because there's 5 of us working out of that change. So, all righty. Let's put these aside. I emptied a couple of tubes today. I went through a lot of national park quarters looking for errors and varieties and general anomalies, and I found a few. I got to go back and look at them more closely, and I may put some of them on my Monday night show and let people give me their second opinion. All right, now we're going to bust open a bank roll of dimes. Let's see what's in here. I'm not seeing anything exciting so far. I don't even have my roll opener anymore. Well, I do. It's in storage. Everything I have is in storage pretty much. A little bit of my collection managed to not be in storage. I marked them very carefully when I was packing with a code that only I would really understand. And I just told my nephew, if you see a box with this series of letters on it, set it aside and put it in my car. So that's what happened. And so I was able to find part of my collection. Get my dime books over here. I don't think I'm going to need this 46 to 64. because I don't see anything that looks like silver. Looking at the sides anyway. But we'll take a look at what's in here. 94. I don't have another empty tube. Oh, rat fritters. All right. Just pile them up then. Whee! That's all right. Like I said, I'm just doing this mostly because I can't sleep because of my ribs, and they don't want me lying down all the time because that's bad for my lungs. So I'm just sitting up doing this. Hey, BC Treasure Trails, how are you tonight? I'm just piddling around here, going through some coins. Yeah, anybody that's in here, if you haven't hit the like button yet, I'd appreciate that. That would be a dandy help for me. I do not need the 74. I just, my goodness, he's kind of grubby. Another 2018P. Boy, they must have minted like bazillions of 2018Ps, because I sure find a bunch of them in these rolls. I had about 6 in a row last night. It was crazy because it was a customer roll. Let's flip this around here. 86P. I just happen to need that one. That one's going in my book. Woohoo! I got one. See, some people just hunt to find the silver and stuff. I hunt to actually fill holes in my books and to find silver. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, I just throw that silver away. No, that's not happening. That would not be happening. But it's not my sole reason for looking. Okay, I don't need that one. 99. So, anyway, I thought that was funny that I just last night on my stream talked about empty coin books, and then my sister and I found 4 of them. that was crazy. I was like, I can't believe I found 3, and then my sister was looking at a different shelf, and she said, "Oh, here's another one." So we ended up with 4 of them, and we will fill them up as much as we can and give them away. All right, Mikey, like I said, there's nothing exciting really going on unless I open a roll and a big chunk of silver jumps out at me. That would be dandy, but we all know that that's not one of the more common things that happens when you're searching coins. But that one already. There's one laying here in the stack. I got to show you. It so looks like a metal detected coin. How about that? That looks like a metal detected coin pulled out of the dirt. I'm going to, at some point, do a book of nothing but metal detected pennies, metal detected coins in general. They are definitely some of the ugliest coins that one will ever find. And some people clean them with whatever means, but I kind of like their ugliness. Oh, I needed that one. 2010D's got a home now. Yeah, I'm going to try a different time slot tomorrow. That's another reason I'm doing these. I'm just trying different time slots to see what happens. Because my metal detecting show in particular is up against a lot of heavy hitters. And I really, as soon as my ribs are healed up, I have 6 permissions. I got another one today, but I just can't go out and do them right now because my ribs are too sore. Once I get healed up a little better and I can actually swing the detector again, I'm going to do a lot more metal detecting, because that really was what my channel was primarily aimed at, was the metal detecting audience. But then when COVID hit, I thought, well, I got to do some kind of hobby to keep from going crazy. So I went back to my coin collecting. And my coin collecting people have been absolutely wonderful. And a couple of them have actually now become detectorists. I know Jag Wolf and Julie Greathouse. She is one that started out in the coin community, and not too long ago, she bought a metal detector, and she is now doing detecting. And interestingly enough, in my big giveaway, she won a set of headphones to go with her brand new metal detector. So that was pretty awesome. So she is one that I can think of right off the top of my head that came right out of the coin community and has found a crossover into detecting. What in the world? I guess that's an 83p. It's kind of wore out there around the edges. And I don't need it, so it doesn't matter. But 96p, and I don't need that. Yeah, I don't see anything in here that looks at all silver. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to have found something exciting in these rolls. I didn't find, in the pennies, I didn't find any Wheaties. In the nickels, I didn't find any war nickels or any buffaloes. So I'm kind of thinking those customer rolls may have been picked. I can't speak for the bank rolls. Oh, don't need that one. But I have to, like I said, I got to cash some of this stuff in. That's kind of what I do every week. What I get from the car wash, the ones that don't fit in the books, I have to go through them pretty quickly and roll them up and take them back, so I can spend some more money getting another set for the next week. I don't have the luxury like some of the guys do to, buy $5,000 worth of coins, have stacks and stacks. I'm the little guy. But you know what? There's more little guys than there are big guys. And somebody's got to offer some help to those people. And that's where my little niche is. As far as the metal detecting people, I try to work a lot with the people who are disabled and don't think they can do it. And I have shown people, there's a video that I made way back at the beginning of the year that discusses all of my disabilities, and I actually made it while I was out metal detecting, just to show people, hey, I have all these things and I'm still out here. So I try to work with people that would not necessarily start hobbies. I have another one that unfortunately is in my storage and I can't find. I also collect stamps. I am a total 100% nerd girl. I collect stamps. I collect coins. I metal detect. Yes, I'm a nerd. I am a nerd and I don't care. Ooh, that is a nasty 84p, but I need an 84p so that can hold the spot for now. I'm sure we'll find a better one. Gosh, I hope so. That one's pretty grubbed. Yeah, still got a few more dimes left here. I may open some more pennies tonight just because I'm not tired enough yet to go to sleep, and it's very hard for me to go to sleep with these ribs like this without pain medication, and I usually take some melatonin to help me sleep, but I'm out of melatonin. So my drug of choice for tonight is coin rolling. Yeah. I am so glad I got these rolls because I'd be sitting here otherwise going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? I have a doctor's appointment Thursday in the morning, and it's one of those ones that you dread where you have to fast the night before so they can do all this blood work where they poke and prod and steal your bodily fluids. So they're going to completely reassess all of my conditions, and then I'm going to argue with them about some of them. That's usually how it works. Just because. But this doctor seems to be interested in actually finding out why I have some of the problems. So that's a good thing. All right. Got a hole here with that 79D or 74D can go in. So just slugging away here. I don't even know who is on tonight. Last night I was very, very careful not to stream over my friend Baseman 64, but then it took like 3 hours to upload the little video that I made instead of streaming over him. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, but I can't afford 3-hour uploads on top of the time putting the thing together. So tonight I just said, well, if somebody wants to come and watch, they are welcome. And if they don't, that's fine. I'm very happy that anybody pops in and says hi to me. I do appreciate every single person on my channel. When they start taking people away for no reason, you really learn to appreciate the people that are loyal to your channel and show up. Even if they just show up and say hi and hit the like button, and they out the door, then I at least know that people know that I'm still here. And that was kind of an issue when I moved and I missed a couple of weeks. Because like people thought, okay, that channel's dead, we're moving on. And I've not been able to get those people back. And I would really my channel on it. Just kind of went when I moved. But it's okay, just keep doing it. I don't do it necessarily. You know, if I was doing this, trying to get monetized in bad shape. Oops, I saw the wheel of doom there for a second. I didn't like that at all. Oh, there's a 2006 D. We can fill a hole with that. There we go. Got 3 dimes left. See if anybody's 95p. I don't think I need that one, but I'll take it. It's so hard to turn these pages with these gloves on. 95p. Nope. 2 to go here. 78. Hey, that one's got a home. Yippee! Not a very clean example, but it'll hold the spot for now. And the very last one in this roll is an 84D. Let's see if it gets a home. Uh-oh. Somebody just fell out. Let's see what just fell out of the book. Don't need that, but this fell out, so I got to put it back in the book. The 83D. All right. That happens sometimes. Some of these books don't do the best job. All right. I am not ready to go to bed yet. So let me get my box from under my desk. And if I have another roll of dimes, we'll just go ahead and open one more roll of dimes. Oh yeah, I got dimes in here. I still got 3 rolls of dimes. Let's do another roll of dimes and another roll of pennies. What the heck? All right. By then, I should be ready to go to sleep. Oh, my goodness. Woohoo. Okay. We're going to crack open another bank-rolled roll of dimes. They appear to be circulated, judging by the ends. Yeah, I haven't found any foreigns either. I usually find at least 1 or 2 foreign coins when I go through rolls. Nothing exciting there in the first half. And I don't see anything jumping out here on the other end of it either. I can't do, I wish I could do like the guys like Rob Finds Treasure and those guys, man, they just pull these things out of the rolls and they just fall out in a nice, neat column. And I guess it's from doing it over and over again, but I have arthritis. I'm lucky I get the roll off. You know? And that's the truth. I'm lucky if I get the paper off the roll so I can find out what's in there. It's like a Tootsie Roll or something. I know I don't need that. God, a zillion of this. You happen to need that one. All right. At least we're not getting skunked. I'm finding things that will go into my books. And if you are lurking and have not at least acknowledged your presence, I would greatly appreciate it if you would, simply because I was told by Stormin CA, and I don't know if this is true or not, but Stormin would have no reason to lie about it, that if you are watching a live stream and you do not interact in some way, shape, or form, that doesn't matter how many hours you watched, they don't count. So if you're watching and you haven't acknowledged that you're here, even if you just post an emoji or a dot or something, there you go. Hey, Jimmy. Okay, what am I looking for here? Oh, 85. I don't need that one. $16. There's some dirty dimes in here. 88. Well, they made a billion of them. Gee whiz. 2006. Here. I will send you a few coin folders. Oh, that's fine. You know, that's wonderful, Ed. Anything that I'm pretty good about sharing what comes through my channel. I have given away things that I'd actually would have liked to have kept. But the thing with the coin folders is I'm going through these coins anyway for my own books. So I might as well fill up a spare and give them away. And it's not too hard to ship a book versus a whole bunch of loose coins either. So that's another plus. I just thought it would be a fun thing to do, because once I have filled my book from the car wash, and I'm only 2 short on mine right now, then, you know, well, I don't care if they're new, you know, people that are winning a book full of coins, if they want a new book, they can go buy a new book, you know. Most of the people, a lot of people that watch my channel are low income. And so, like, I gave away one of my dime books because I accidentally bought 2 of the same one. And I started filling them both. And then I realized, wait a minute, I already have this book. So I gave one away one night. And the winner was so happy to have it. She gave it to her daughter. And her daughter was just, you know, thrilled. Okay, Mr. Expert Archaeology Mikey, what am I looking for here? Where are the alleged die clashes? Are they on the obverse, the reverse? Yeah, there you go, Jimmy. I don't see any abnormalities jumping right out at me on this one. So, I'm moving on. Yeah, I'm going to come up with some interesting contests. Around the neck of the Roosevelt. Well, I looked around his neck. I didn't see anything, so I don't think I got lucky that time, but, you know. Thanks for letting me know, because I don't do a lot of dimes. They're a little bit hard for me to read, but since I got this microscope, I can do things that I could not do when I started the channel. And I owe a whole lot of the stuff on my channel to one of my moderators. Yeah, I'm just knocking dimes off like crazy. When I first started doing my coin stuff, my very first moderator, who has stuck with me through the whole thing, bought me this microscope, and that's Handy Andy 73.6, without whom this channel would not exist. That is my brother right there. I have permanently adopted him, so don't ever do anything bad to him, because then I'll have to hurt you. That's my boy. He has done so much for this channel. He has even moderated on my jewelry channel just to help me out when I didn't have anybody. And I got too many people in there one day. Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'll have to look Blue Ridge Silverhound up, because I live 2 miles off the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I'll have to see where the Blue Ridge Hound is based out of. Yeah, see, I am missing a dime book. I somehow I got books from 2 different companies, and the dates don't hook up. So it left me with no book for 2000 to 2004, I think it is. It's very weird. So there's a gap in my collection right now. But that'll get fixed. Like I said, it was hard for me to read dimes until I got the scope. So I didn't really do much with dimes. But the scope has really made things a lot easier. Okay, here's an 89p. I don't see anything around his throat. Tell you what, though, I'm going to set these 89p's aside and go and watch his video. So, and there's another one. So I'm just going to set them aside. I'm not even going to look until I watch that video. Thank you for letting me know about that. I certainly will check it out. I'm always trying to learn. Yeah, I don't get to watch. I got on the tail end of that Q&A the other, I think it was last week. About the time I got there, it was over. It made me mad too, because I started talking to somebody in there about metal detecting in an area right near where I live, and then the stream ended and we didn't get to finish the discussion. So I do have to go look that person back up, because he had some vital detecting information for me right in the middle of the coin Q&A. Well, put it under the scope, kid. It works better that way. When I lived in Georgia, I would just stream YouTube on my TV all day because I had unlimited high-speed internet, and I could do that. But I don't have that luxury right now. I am limited to a certain number of hours, and then they don't shut it off. They just slow it down to a point at which you can't really live stream. So, and I'm not going to be able to change that until I get into my apartment, which better be soon, because I'm getting a little frustrated about that. It should have already been ready already. What it is, it's a situation where somebody was supposed to move and they didn't. And you can't just chuck somebody out of an old people's retirement apartments. You have to go through a lot of steps to remove them. And so hopefully soon they will get her out of there. Woo, that's a nice win, Mikey. Real nice. 58 Benji in the original plastic. Yeah, I miss watching Big Flip. I like watching Big Flip, but I can't sit here and just watch things like I used to. I have to pick and choose. Like yesterday, I went and sat in front of the library for a couple of hours using their Wi-Fi. They have it set up that way. So I could just watch a few people's streams and comment on them. I don't want people to think I'm just not paying attention to what they're doing. I would love to be watching it. I just can't right now. And my sisters, Mikey, I'm on the top of a mountain. So the answer to that is no. There's no, I had to pay out the yin yang to get this internet up on this mountain. No, there are no, the closest Wi-Fi hotspot is about 17 miles away, sitting in front of the library in Galax, Virginia. And so that's what I did. Now today I had to go with my sister down to the hospital. Her sister-in-law fell and broke her hip. So my sister was visiting there. And I went and sat in the hospital waiting area and used their Wi-Fi for an hour. There are no neighbors. There are no neighbors. The neighbor up front, I don't think he even knows what the internet is. The next lady down at the intersection, her house just got running water and indoor plumbing. This is not where you're going to have Wi-Fi. This is really super rural. I'm 2 miles off the Blue Ridge Parkway. There, believe me, I have looked. Now, my sister's hers is so weak you can't live stream on it. And she is going to get a different one because she doesn't like hers. So I'm going to sit down with her and we're going to try to pool our resources so that it doesn't cost me so much. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that a bit, that Pammy Jones's house is haunted. I like Pammy. She's a kindred spirit of mine. She reminds me of my best friend who passed away last year, who ironically was named Kathy Jones. But yeah, this is very, very super rural. They're just, like I said, I would go into town a couple days a week, and I go either to the coffee shop or the library and use their, let me tell you about that, Jimmy. There's one company that you can get a cell signal from, and that's who my internet. I have it's wireless internet that bounces off of a cell phone tower. The only company that serves this area is US Cellular, and that's who I have this wireless broadband internet through. That's it. I have another phone that I've had for years, but it doesn't work until I go down into town. I have to get off the mountain to use my other phone. So I have it forwarded to this little cheapy one that will work up here. Yeah, it's very, very limited in scope. And it's creating a problem here. They have actually sent a lot of the kids back to school because they can't do the online. There's no signal. There's no way for them to do it. They certainly would not be able to afford the outrageous sum that I am paying for this internet. I get 55 gigs a month, and it costs me $92. Yeah. Okay, that was the last time. I did set a couple of 89s aside. Now I was going down to my niece's house, but I can't do that now because school has started and she has 3 children who are all they're doing theirs online, so that there's space open in the classrooms for the kids who don't have any way to have internet access. So yeah, it's very, very out here. Believe me, I researched it. I lived here before, so I knew it was going to be that way up here on the mountain, but I didn't know that my sister's internet was so slow that she can't even watch a YouTube video. So, but yeah, I go into town 2-3 days a week for different reasons, medical reasons, or like I said, I can go to the library. They actually have it set up at the library for you to use the Wi-Fi outside, because they won't let anybody use the computers inside due to the COVID situation. So you sit in your car out in the parking lot and you use their Wi-Fi. I went and sat in my car. I went and got some yesterday. I went and got some lunch and sat in my car and watched, I'm going to say 7 or 8 videos. Some of them I just skipped through. Some of the metal detecting ones I just skipped through a little bit of and got to the high points. And but that's really, see, people don't think about that, when they're saying, oh, they need to do all the kids at home. It'd be great if they could teach all the kids at home. The problem is, out in these rural areas of the southwest part of Virginia, West Virginia, up in these mountains, there's just no access. The kids can't do their school online from home. It is impossible. And a lot of these families, like I went to a place today with my sister to try and find someone who helps seniors pick the right health insurance plans, because I'm having a problem and I needed to consult with somebody. And the lady went to get information for me, and while she was gone, I was standing there reading the bulletin board of this place, and it's kind of a clearinghouse for all things for people that don't have money. And one of the first things I saw on there was a program to help people get plumbing in their houses. So the idea of getting internet in their houses, they don't even have an outhouse. They don't have plumbing. So internet is like way down their list of necessities, but unfortunately has become a necessity because of the kids needing to go to school. And the sad part about it is that because one company pretty much controls, because they're the only ones that invested the money and built a tower. It's not easy to build a cell tower on the side of a mountain. And so this company invested in it, and now they can charge whatever they want to charge. And they do when it comes to this high-speed broadband wireless internet. And it ain't cheap. So You know, down in town, you've got all the normal companies like Xfinity and all of those other ones that you can, but not up here on the side of the mountain. Okay, I'm going to open one more roll of pennies. These appear to be customer rolls. Okay. Okay, so far in any of the pennies that I have opened, I did not find any Wheaties. So I'm thinking this customer knew what he was rolling. I don't see anything that looks good. I see some real crudolas. Let's start with the cruddy one. This is what Smoking CA would call a Vegas coin. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Oh, I get disappointed when I don't find any Wheaties. Don't find anything good. Let's see what this is. 76. 73. Oh, yeah, I want to keep my coppers out. I got an envelope for that. That's a copper. That's a copper, and those two are junk. I could change that screen. I think everybody knows that I'm starting at 9 tomorrow instead of 8. So let's change the stream for a while. Put some other exciting message up there. Oh, like it's exciting. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. I can see most of these are zincs. So I'm not even going to, the zincs for right now, I'm just going to pull them out because I'll look at them later. I am more interested in the older ones. Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't feeling good last night, so he didn't do his show. I usually try to at least pop in and say hi, considering that I am the original person that started that whole Betty White thing over there. And that got started because of something that happened one night in the telephone guys live stream. And they started calling me the Betty White of the coin community after that. And then I went over to Stormin CA's, and he had just started that Wheel of Doom thing. And they had just started that Wheel of Doom deal. And I was the very first one to get thrown off, and he had put me on the wheel as Betty White of the coin community. So that's what started that whole Betty White thing. That was me. Actually, it was a telephone guy and me. But I do try and pop into his channel at least for a minute, just for that reason, just so I can say, hey, wait a minute, all those Betty White prizes, those are all mine. Those are mine. I'm Betty. You got to give me my prizes. Usually I'm asleep by the time he comes on, too. That's another thing. I'm going through these pennies really fast because there's just nothing at all exciting in them. That's a strange texture. That's about all I can say. That one looks like it had fabric or something stuck on it. That is a weird looking penny. What to think about that? The copper. Yeah, see, I got a lot of pennies I need to search, but it's hard to do this stuff up here on the mountain. I have little bitty space to work in. you know, when I put stuff up to do my live stream, I put it up on Monday and I take it down on Thursday because I need that space for other things. This cabin is 2 rooms. It does not have indoor plumbing. I do have a refrigerator. I do have power. I have a refrigerator and a microwave and a coffee maker and a camp toilet that has to be emptied about every other day. It's a pretty expensive one, actually. Actually, it flushes and it is supposed to last through 50 flushes, but I don't let it get that. I don't let it get that funky because I got to live in here, you know. So what this envelope is. I'm finding all these little envelopes laying around. Ooh, that's metal detecting fines. I remember them. Oops. Yeah, whoa, I'm just dropping pennies everywhere. Pennies from heaven. Yeah, and once a week I got to sweep under my desk and get all the coins out from under here. It is cold as heck up here most of the time. But I don't freeze anymore because Mr. Ed Booth sent me money for my channel to buy a heater, so we didn't freeze our little beheaties off. So I got a decent heater that doesn't use too much power because my water is coming from a water hose that runs over to my sister's house. I have cable TV. I have one channel. Whatever is on the TV in my sister's dining room is what I get to watch. Because we used a splitter and ran a wire from a big long cable from her house to my house. But I only get that one channel. So usually nobody's watching that TV at night, and I can go in during the day and take the remote and program what I want to see on my one channel TV. So it's an interesting experience living here. And this is a feral cat rescue. People tend to bring cats out in the country and just dump them because they're too damn lazy to go to the Humane Society or whatever. All right, Mikey, thanks for being here. I'm thinking whether I want to open one more roll of pennies or not. I think I'm gonna, just because I'm frustrated that I haven't found a single weedie yet. And I got 2 rolls left of pennies. So I'm gonna open one. I'm gonna open one more. Get myself a shovel. Well, actually, the toilet's pretty high tech. And we have it on a rolling cart so that when it needs to go to be emptied, we can just roll it over there and get that done. So, all right, one more roll of pennies. Let's see if there's anything at all in here worth looking at, because that last batch was pathetic. It was pathetic. A lot of shields. That's not a good sign. Not at all a good sign. I'll pull all these shields off to the side right away. I don't even have a reason to look at those right now. I don't even have a book for those. Oh, that's some of them out of the way. Let's see what else is up here for me to look at. Oh, that's the oldest one of tonight. a 69D, and another 69D. 1984. That was a good book. 92, 96, 94. Yeah, I don't see any Wheaties in here either. I think whoever rolled these and took them to the bank and got all the goodies out. Because none of these rolls have been at all productive as far as that. I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna make a phone call anyway and talk to the branch manager. My sister knows her, and see if she will order me a box of pennies. Don't know, but they've been pretty tight-fisted with change, so it's probably a long shot. But the fact that my sister knows her, and I'll tell her I'll give her some baked goods or something from the farmer's market. Maybe we can bribe her into ordering me a box. Yeah, I miss my bank that I had down in Florida. I lived in Georgia, but my bank was in Florida. It was across the line. Ooh, what have we here? It's a 2009. We'll keep that one. Haven't seen one of those for a while. I'm down to my last 3 cents here. It's not looking too sporty. 74. Put that into coppers. All right, that was it. So what have I got left in the box? As far as rolls that I haven't done yet, I got 2 rolls of dimes and a roll of pennies. And I think I'll save them for another adventure. Maybe Thursday after I come back from the doctor, but before I tear down everything for the weekend, I will do that. So, thank you to those of you who hung out. Enjoyed talking to you. And try and catch up with me at 9 o'clock tomorrow night for my metal detecting show from the ground up. I did watch a few metal detecting videos this week, saw some interesting things to talk about, especially some of them are related to some interesting coins that have been found around the country this week. And there was one that was talking about the effects of these hurricanes that have been coming through, these tropical storms, by a guy that is getting some of the wave action, and he's been finding some interesting stuff. So we'll be doing a little metal detector chit chat tomorrow night with some coinage thrown in just for the heck of it. And of course, during my regularly scheduled things, we usually have a giveaway or something like that. So anyway, I will be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. I don't know who all is still here, but I'm guessing it's probably Ed Booth, uh, the other Jimmy, and I have no idea who the third person is. And I may be wrong about both of those too. So say goodbye, guys. We will see you later. Good night.